Hi everyone, today we are going to learn how to detect a cycle in a directed graph. So this is a directed graph and we have to find whether it has a cycle or not. Cycle means this graph. See, this is a graph which is having a cycle. 1 is connected to 3, 3 is connected to 4 and 4 is connected to 1. So this is a cycle. So we have to detect whether this directed graph is having cycle or not. So let's check first for this graph. So what we have to do is we have to maintain two vectors, one visited vector and one count vector. So visited vector will store the nodes which are visited. And we have to do this thing using DFS, detect cycle in directed graph using DFS. So we have to make a visited array and count in the form of vector. So visited array keeps a count of the nodes which are visited. So let's go and visit 1. So we'll write 1 here. And count vector stores the count. Like 1 is counted or not, 2 is counted or not. Like this. I'll tell you further why it is mainly used. So 1 is visited and 1 is also traversed. So 1 will be there on both the arrays or vectors. Now 3. Because we are doing DFS, depth first search, so it will go to 3. So let's mark 3 as visited and in the count vector also 3. Now 4. 4 is visited and 4 in the count vector also. Now from 4 we'll go to 1 again. But as you can see, 1 is visited. It is also there in the count vector. This shows this graph is having cycle. So you might be thinking why we are taking two vectors. If we take only visited vector and check, like we are first going to 1, then 3, then 4 and then again 1. And if we check using visited array, we are getting 1 again. So we don't need to make another vector. But the creation of this vector has another significance. I'll tell you why using this graph. So let's traverse this graph. So first we are going to 1. 1 in both visited and count vector. Now from 1 we'll go to 2. From 2 we'll go to 3. From 3 we'll go to 4. Now as there is a dead end, we cannot go further because there is no directed edge here. So we'll stop at 4 and then we'll backtrack and go to 3 to find another path. This path, like 2 is having two paths. So we'll go back to 2. While going back, what we will do? We will reduce the count vector. Like 4 was visited, but now we are backtracking and going in search of another path. What we have to do? We have to remove the count vector position. So we are backtracking from 4. So we'll remove 4 and make it 0. Now we are also removing 3. So we'll remove 3 and write it 0. Then 2. So from we are going to 4. That is another path. First we traverse 3. Now we are backtracking in search of another path. Then we are coming to 4. So from 2 to 4 there is another path. But now see, 4 is there in the visited array. We don't have to make the visited array as 0 because 4 is visited. We have to only make changes in the count vector. So as 4 is visited and it is not there in the count vector, this means this does not have a cycle. If it is having a cycle, then both visited and count vector should be 1. But here, as we are traversing from another path, we found that both the edges are not having true value like 1. So we came to a conclusion that this does not have any cycle. So let's see the code part. So first of all, as we are doing DFS, we'll make the visited and the count array as 1. Then what we will do? Visited count array is 1. Now we are running a loop for the adjacent vector. Like we are making adjacent vector in the DFS, right? Source, visited array, the count array, and the adjacent one. Adjacency list. We are making this vector for storing a adjacency list. This basically means 1 is having the adjacent nodes, is having 3 and 4. 3 is having 4 and 4 is having nothing. Adjacent nodes. So this keeps the track of the adjacency list. This is the count vector and this is the visited vector. And this is the source. See, if we take 2, then the source of 2 is 1. This is the main thing. First, we are making the source as 1. Visited source as 1. Like we are visiting first one. Then we are running a loop till the adjacency list of the first one. This one. We are traversing 1. Then the adjacent vertex of 1 is 2. We'll mark 2 as visited. And if it is not visited, then we have to run the DFS function again. We have to run this function again and then we'll check. If the DFS function which is stored in a bool is giving a true value or not. This means we are having a cycle. Then we are returning true. Else, if it is not present in the visited array, then we have to check if it is present in the count array or not. If both are true, then we are returning true. And if this is not true, then we have to make the count as 0. Like in this, I told you we have to backtrack in search of the another path. We are making the count array as 0. Till the path we are having a new way to traverse. We are making it as 0. So we'll make it as 0 and we'll return false if we are not able to find any cycle. This is for reduction of cycle. Like if it is true, then we are returning true. Now this was the main function given in the question. Bool is cyclic. Int v for the number of vertices in the graph. Like this is having 3 vertices, so 3. And the adjacency list. So we are making a visited array here also, a count array. And we are running a loop till the vertices. Like from 0 to 3, we are checking. First, if it is not visited. It is not visited only because we are declaring the whole vector as 0. We are making a visited vector and we are declaring as 0. V comma 0 means we are declaring it as 0. Like this is the size of the vertices 3. So we are making the array size as 3 and we are declaring the whole array as 0. So if not visited, yes, it is not visited because all the array is 0. So the whole array is 0. Then we are going to check the DFS function and we are storing it in bool. It will give true or false value. So we are running the DFS function. If it is true, that means we are having a cycle. So we will return true. This function will check the cycle, the DFS one. And this is the main function which will call the DFS function above. If this returns true, the bool value. So if C means if true, then it will return true. It means it is having a cycle. Else it will return false. The time complexity of this code is O of V plus E, vertices plus edges. Because we have to traverse each and every edges, which will go through the vertices. So O of V plus E and time complexity is O of V plus E. And space complexity is O of V. Because we are making the vector and we are storing the number of vertices. So the space complexity is O of V. Now let's submit the code. This is the same code I have written in the whiteboard. The same code. And it is accepted. So in the next video, I'll tell you how to detect a cycle in an undirected graph. Thank you.